My fellow Liberians, despite our diversity, we are a united people, a great and noble people. Through the strength of our unity and the resilience of our determination, we have begun to rebuild a ravished country and have survived 2 deadly health crises. Our people have stood together as one united people, ready to face the future. Whether you are a fisherman of Grand Cru and Sino, the hunters of Grand Jide and River G, the farmers of Lofa and Bapolu, the Gola and Vai dancers of Bumi and Cape Mount, the hospitable people of Bassa and River Cess, the warriors of Maryland, the miners and explorers of Nimba, the merchants and traders of Bong, the welcoming people of Magibi, or the melting pot of Montserrado. We are one people, Liberians. We have a great challenge and opportunity ahead of us. In unity, we will rebuild this country as a shining example in Africa, demonstrating the power of a determined and united people. Our economy and our national budget will expand and grow like never before. We will improve the lives of our people and put smiles on the faces of our citizens. I promise you that together we can and will do the job. A new day is on the horizon. The time for babysitting is over. God bless you and God bless Liberia.
The 2023 presidential and general elections are just ahead, and Liberians will go to the polls on October 10th to vote and choose new leaders to govern the nation. And one name that stands out among the rest is Alexander Benedict Cummings, an astute statesman of national and international integrity, national standard bearer and first partisan of the collaborating political parties CPP. Vote Alexander Benedict Cummings and Councillor Charlie Brumskin, President and Vice President for a better Liberia, for massive and decent paid jobs with equal access to jobs and opportunities, irrespective of your political, social, or ethnic background. Vote Cummings and Brumskin for a better economy where the nation's wealth will be fairly distributed for the benefit of all. For a genuine enforcement and implementation of a sound Liberianization policy that sets aside certain businesses exclusively for Liberians. Vote Cummings and Brumskin for improved and better health care, better quality education, and better care for retired and old people. Vote Cummings and Brumskin for support through loans to farmers for increase in food production for the nation. Vote Cummings and Brumskin for a better judiciary and genuine enforcement of law and order aimed at attracting.
Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Today is Wednesday, another beautiful day. And I'm sorry we will not be on radio today because there's a problem with the station. And I've been listening to it this morning. We've been trying, but the station, the airwave is not clear. So we hope nothing is going on because it's grounding and it's like when someone is jamming the station. So I hope nothing foolish going on because since this morning I've been listening to it and you can't hear. So people on radio will not be able to hear you. You hear that funny little sound that is very, very annoying. And so we will at least go 1 hour here and we'll still talk about it. We'll still talk about comments, share the video, and please share the video. Share the video. That's all you can do. This election, Mr. Cummings will be in District 14 today. And maybe Siddiqui will join me from there for you to just see a little bit of the happenings there. So maybe by the time we're getting ready to leave, Siddiqui will be there because it's supposed to be there by and 1 o'clock. So 1 o'clock, yeah. So, guys, this election, don't overlook it. The election is tough. The more we get closer, it will be tougher. So don't feel relaxed. Don't think that the other people are not strong. Everybody in this race is very, very strong. I can tell you that. So whatever they can say about you, whatever they can say about your candidate, don't worry about them. Let them continue to do their talking. We will keep them in suspense. They will understand that we are forced into this thing. We are not joking. So they can say what they want to say about Alex Cummings. They say we don't have the numbers. Let them continue to think about the numbers. They are there. That's their prerogative. They say, and we don't have the numbers. They are the one with the numbers. Let them keep the numbers. But one thing I would say, I will tell you that we'll continue to give the news and speak to the issues. We got what? 48 days. 48 more days to go. We're getting there. 48 days. This date, this date is not going anywhere. It's waiting for us. The days to the election will be right where it's supposed to be on the 10th of October. So, few months ago, we're talking about last year, we're talking about 100 and some more days. We are now 48 days to cast the first ballots. Are you ready? Are you prepared? The other people will talk about government experience. They talk about we were there, how long, but they still cannot give us tangibles. And anybody tell you that Mr. Cummings not giving tangibles, that means that person is not an Alex Cummings supporter. Don't waste your time. I will not waste my time to argue with anyone. I'm only here to give the message. I will not waste my time to convince or sedition. When I say or sedition, real sedition or we are shen. Let us fight to get into that zone. They will decide. I will not fight to convince someone from UP who already made up their mind to support UP. I will not fight with them. They will decide when we get into that zone. And I will decide whoever gets into that zone, and I will decide my vote, and you can decide your vote. But my Liberian people, our biggest problem in Liberia today is jobs, jobs, security, security, infrastructure, health, education, unity. Who is amongst your candidates? Who's the best candidate you think that can create the job for you? We shouldn't vote based on popularity. Popularity is for it's some it won't put food on your table. I just love this president, or I just love this guy. Will not send your children to school. It will not give you jobs. I just love this guy. Will not put food on your table. Will not protect you. Popularity or government experience cannot put food on your table. Only in Liberia we talk about government experience. No. Amongst the leaders, amongst all the leaders, which one of them you think has the contact to bring jobs in Liberia? The person with the international contact to bring job. When you ask UP will tell you Mr. Cummings can do it. Mr. Cummings can make a better president, but Mr. Cummings should wait and give their candidate chance. You ask sedition, they tell you the same thing. That Mr. Cummings can do it. Mr. Cummings can bring sanity. Mr. Cummings can bring and jobs to Liberia. Mr. Cummings can make a better president. Mr. Cummings can fight corruption. But let us get president. We are 12 years. Why will you want to suffer yourself because you love a politician? I am not suffering myself because I admire Mr. Cummings. We all agree that Mr. Cummings can create jobs. We all can we agree on it that Mr. Cummings has the experience. That is his fee. That is what he's been doing, and that is what he's still doing, making money. We all agree that we are looking for a good manager. But then why are we still talking about popularity? Why are you telling me that, oh, Mr. Walker is popular than Mr. Weir and Mr. Cummings? Mr. Weir is popular than Mr. Walker. You see what popularity did to us? George Weah is the most popular Liberian and still is the number one popular Liberian right now. Joseph Walker is the second popular because he was there for 12 years vice president. So anybody, whether you have seen him before, but you will know him. You know the name Joseph Walker, but you have not seen him before, but you know the name Joseph Walker. So what is the difference? You will know the other names, Alice Cummings and whatsoever, because they never served in government. So they are not, you will not say, oh, even if you put Tewa Gonglo and Mr. Bwaka, you say, which one of them have the government experience? I don't know. You know why? How long they spend in government is not the experience. Una in Liberia, and I was so called educated people convincing us, my people. Y'all, please listen. Share this video. Invite your friends. And let's talk this thing again. Let's talk this thing. Oh, when you ask the question, the man with the government experience, you can stay 10 years, 20 years, 30 years in government. Is that because of experience? Yes, you honor your resume that you spent 20 years there. But let's do this. Every year, government has new experience. Every year. Yesterday, government work permit was $450. Today, government work permit in Liberia is $1,100. You want to compare the same? Gasoline was $2 yesterday. Today is $5. People in government yesterday were making strictly liberty. Today they are making US dollar. So government experience, there is nothing. Nobody go to school to get government experience. Nobody. You know, when you work in the private sector, you say, oh, the man get private sector experience. So because he got private sector experience, he can't do no other job. That's what you're trying to tell me? And don't you know to work in the private sector is more tougher than working in government? Government is easy. Government is easy because you own it in your area. You work in the finance ministry, you got nothing to do with agriculture ministry. You have nothing to do with that. But in a corporate sector, in a corporate world, where Mr. Cummings was working, Coca-Cola is in over 200 countries. You got someone dealing with 200 countries, 200 different type of person, different type of people. Some of them speak Chinese, Indians, all in different part of the world. And this man is the chief of strategic, chief of finance, chief of legal matters. Then you telling me that working in government for him to be president of Liberia, to be president of Liberia, you just need to be a smart man. You went to school, you know left from right, you can read and write, you can think properly, you can be president. Because the president will bring all the best around him. The people will write the president's speech. The president will have all the advisors. He will have advisor on security, advisor on finance, advisors on all type of things. And when they put things together, because the president is educated and smart, he will read. If you don't like it, you say, listen, I don't like this one. Because you are the leader now. The boss stop with you. So the president would listen to his cabinet ministers and they come up with decision. And that's it. The president would listen to his superintendent and would know exactly what's going on in all the other counties. So once you understand the role of a president and you make the people to understand the role of the citizens, you work together. You got to work with everybody. Being a president, it means that you God. You are not rooting. Like when you're president, we are talking. Oh, Ellen Johnson and Joseph Boakai said the young people will rule. You don't rule, you lead. When you hear a leader talking about it is my time to rule, that dictators. Nobody rule. Only dictators rule people. When you leading people, you go by the constitution. Whatever you agree to, if the people don't want it, most leader will be one. Most leader and base and make the decision on opinions and on polls and the majority of the people, because that's what they tell you. Only need 50 plus one. Not every decision will be good. So my Liberian people, what are we voting for? Are you going to vote for someone because you like them, you love them, or because they are in your party and you still know, like President Weah, who did nothing? Why should you vote for President Weah? Because they say we got more energy in LEC. We produce fuel, not all the time. We produce some. It might go up higher today, it might go down today based on the rainy season. And it is true. But it's because of that? No, it's been happening before. You notice it because it's almost like this. If you ever have solar panel in your house, they put the solar panel on top of your building. The more current you generate, some of that current go back to the people. And what they do, they credit you. They use it and supply other people. But that doesn't mean that you exporting. They're not waiting for you. Ivory Coast is not waiting for current in Liberia. So is that because of that I should vote for you? When the people in Liberia don't even have light, your business people don't have light, it is the responsibility of the government to make sure that we get light. So we stay running around the same hydro that Ellen Johnson built. That is what we stay running around. Today, if when we get into dry season, it's done. Then we go back to square one. That because of that, I should vote for you? No. Because you pay wires fee, we should vote for you? No. No. You pay wires fee because the people in Liberia don't have a job. Our mom and pop don't have a job. The government pays that government money, that taxpayer money. That's not the president money. He's not doing a favor. It is not a favor because the taxpayer money. We got other people that paid that fee before. When jobs in the country, we will not pay it. The citizen would not complain. The citizen would not complain when there's a job in the country and they're working. Nobody complained about wise fee before. Now people don't have it. Mr. Cummings too paid before now. In 2016-17, he paid. No Liberian, no candidate in this race ever take their own hard money and pay. Because the president put a park for you, for your children. But at the end of the day, they personalize the park. Even the pastry at the park is owned by the president. The girl that sell there work for the president. Because of that, we should vote. The president said, that is my way of giving back to the community. Oh, when you were a footballer, when you were a superstar, you don't give back to the community. You give back to the community when you're president. You use the people when they say you give back to the people, and we clap about it. So, what the difference? This president promised to build stadiums all over the country. He built one. He built one. This president promised 1 million jobs in his first 6 years. He created one. The only job is to cut salary to pay other people that he brought into government. That is the only job the president created. Created more problems for the government. This president has not rehabilitated one disadvantaged youth. So all the promises the president gave, he has not done anything. This president promised to build houses all over the counties, government houses. He only concentrated on in Grand Cru, and he went to Point 4 and Popo Beach, and that's it. You cannot. What are the plans? No plans. But Mr. Cummings have these beautiful plans that he been talking about all the time. That we need a better infrastructure, a better infrastructure. Now, infrastructure comes with a lot of things. Even security is part of infrastructure. If anybody can prove me right or wrong. Infrastructure, it comes with roads, it comes with electricity, internet connectivity, drinking water, a lot of things are part of infrastructure. Even To be frank, technically, the healthcare system is all in there because we build it up. You understand? Now, Mr. Cummings just chose three most important thing in infrastructure: electricity, drinking water, internet, and cell phone connectivities. Why? Infrastructure, electricity. Now, we got electricity in Liberia. We have a hydro. Is the hydro working for us correctly? We don't know, but it's a big hydro. We must go back to the drawing board and see how best that we can bring current that will benefit us economically and give our people current in a night to sleep. But we're concerned about the hospitals, we're concerned about the schools, we're concerned about the business people. We want jobs. If Comcast or Verizon decided that, okay, we want to go to Liberia to outsource our call center, do you think they're going to depend on electricity? No, they will not depend on on generator. They will not depend on generator. They want our electricity to work. If there's a problem, they will put on a generator. But you cannot continue to run a generator throughout. You don't have to worry about generator. That is why when you get electricity, your schools are good because you will be able to have night classes. You will be able to have classes anytime. You'll be able to go to school. Your computers will work. Your everything. Because when you get electricity, the internet will work. You can't tell me you want internet, but you don't have electricity. You go to other countries right near us that we fought war together. Sierra Leone. You can stay any part in Sierra Leone and your internet work. Anywhere in Sierra Leone. Sierra Leone stay buying current too from other countries, from Ivory Coast. But you can stay anywhere and your internet or your telephone will work. There are people who went to Sierra Leone and came to Liberia, a missionary, and they told us that. You go to Guinea, your internet will work. But in Liberia, certain part of Liberia, nope. Even right in Monrovia, still will not get it. Because these people are still struggling. Government is not involved into it. We got fiber optic in Liberia. Because if you got a very good internet, you got some people that will be in America that will volunteer to teach online in Liberia, in Maryland. They got Liberians who are willing to volunteer. You will talk to people from all over. You will know what is going on. That is how they take to connect the counties or connect the continent. The internet they use. Good drinking water. Good drinking water is human right. The most essential thing and easy. We got water all over the place. We got rain. We got other countries using it, using rain because they can't even get water. They don't even have a water. The place is dry. So when it rains one time, they preserve that water. So we got a lot of things to do in Liberia. But these three things, good drinking water will kill typhoid, kill diarrhea and other and diseases. You know what I'm saying? Then Mr. Cummings said the job creation. We should concentrate in the private sector. We should help people that are coming into open business. We should protect business people. We should protect foreign business that are coming into the country to give our people jobs. We make more money in the private sector than in government. Government got all the good benefits. They won't go to work on Saturday. But you don't make money when you're in government than when you're in private sectors. You will work if you're in the private sector. You work hard if you're in a private school. If you're in a public school, they are very little bit flexible. We all know that. So Mr. Cummings said we got to create jobs, but we got to create the avenue for jobs. This is the only man I explaining it. He's not just saying create job. He's telling you where the job will come from. Infrastructure. When you start doing all these things, you're creating jobs right there. And what you do, you encourage business people. The government got to be trustworthy. You can't bring people in the country while they signing contract, you telling them to give you bonus. Mr. Cummings will not request bonus. Mr. Cummings understand how to create job. Mr. Cummings negotiated with country representing Coca-Cola. Coca-Cola, that ran the war. That is how Mr. Cummings met all these presidents. Mr. Cummings, look, we just how you think we got former world best soccer player, We got the world best entrepreneur from Liberia, serve on the World Economic Council. Y'all go and look at what he's doing. His money is working for him. This man managed billionaires, millionaires' money too. The Cummins and financial limit, the Cummins investment. We all know that. What we pretending? This man on so many boards. What do you think they put him there? This man resigned from Coca-Cola. He stayed on the board of Coca-Cola. This man was on the Clark University board as chairman, the university he graduated from. On minimum wage, United States board to eradicate poverty. He's on there. Y'all go and read about him. This is no guessing thing yet. There is nobody in America, in Liberia, has the experience compared to Mr. Cummings. When you come but walking. So if he never worked in government, then then you said, but he worked at LBDR. You will never work in government, if that's what you want to say. But you will work with LEC. You will work with Maritime. But LBDR is a Liberian bank. It's owned by the government. You don't know that like the LBDR bank is owned by Liberian government. That's a Liberian bank. And that's what Mr. Cummings worked as a financial officer. Oh, you wanted for Mr. Cummings to be minister first, then you say he get government experience. Where government experience took us. Look at what we are today. You said Joshua get government experience because he was senator. Is that government experience because you became a senator, so you got that government experience? Mr. Bwaka, Minister of Agriculture, Director for LPMC. So that means that government experience. Where it took us. Where? Tiawo Gonglo, a Solicitor General. So he got government because you work in government. So the rule here is that you must work in government. So what about Beslos? You ever work in government? So you don't have experience? Simeon Freeman have been running all the time. Why you don't tell him he don't have government experience? Because he's a businessman. Why you don't tell the other people they don't have government experience? Only Mr. Cummings, because you're jealous. Why you don't tell the ARCOP chief that why, oh my man, you don't work in government yet, but you're a businessman? Or you afraid of Alex Cummings? Our so-called educated politicians, corrupt politicians, they are afraid of Alex Cummings, so they're singing that song, oh, the man just coming. And it's so shameful to hear some of them uttering it. Mr. Bwaka have said it. Tiawan Gonglo have said it. That's the only point. That's the crime that Mr. Cummings committed because he never worked in government. Or because he never ran as representative or senator. So that is a crime. He knows everything, but this thing here, you got to start from scratch. Who told you that? Who told you you must come from scratch to run for president? Who told you that? Business, private sectors, build the economy. It's not government. Government don't create jobs. Government create the avenues for jobs. That is why Mr. Cummings said infrastructure is the most important thing. Electricity. We got to go back to the drawing board. Look at the streets in Liberia. Look at the light. Look in West Point. You see spaghettis all over the place. That is death traps. Our children are dying whenever it rains. We say we're giving the people light, but people stealing current, government officials stealing current, and just what they say, speakers stealing current. All the government officials are stealing current. They're stealing current. Even President we got free current at his Jamaica resort. He's supposed to pay. These are the things you'll be asking. Let President we show us his bills where he paid taxes to government. Let Mr. Bwaka show us if he ever paid tax to government. Let Mr. Cummings show us who love Liberia now. Because Mr. Cummings paid all his taxes. He paid taxes to government. So who love Liberia? Every day we love. Let them bring this issue. These are tangibles. These are questions we need to ask. But we say that, oh, we just love the old man. What are you like? You're in like he said. You care my ma, you care my pa. I will still vote for him because I love Charles Taylor. Oh, whether you like it, you don't like it, I still love Ellen Johnson. We will vote for Ellen Johnson. Oh, you know Bogo. Whatever you can do, we'll vote for you. We just love that guy. That man ran and he lost 2 times. We just got to do it. Oh, we just love Mr. Parker. Mr. Parker got the numbers. Every day you're talking about numbers, 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 numbers. We can't hear about the numbers. If we're talking about numbers, that means Joshua will win. You understand that too? If you talk about numbers, that means President Weah will win. Everybody. Maybe God President Weah still keeping his numbers plus the one he will get added on it too. So we will not win. You will not win. We talk about the wonderful numbers. Fake fantasy. We living in a we deny our thoughts. We deny our own self. We are slave to ourselves talking about numbers. You think I will be running here and talking about, oh, Mr. Cummings still got 127 votes? You think I will be talking here? No. That's not why I'll be talking. We got to make the case. What are the issues for Liberia? The real thing that we need to vote for Liberians. We need to vote somebody who got the record, who has the record, and continue to say what we can do as a nation is Alice Cummings. When the last time our candidate broke down his platform, when the last time our candidate spoke about the economy, tell you about how to create job, let's go to the educational system, how to create the education, how to fix it. You hear that they say, oh, our children need to go to school. Yes, we know that our children need to go to school. Oh, the young people need to learn. Yes, we know that. But what is the solution? The solution here, before you teach anyone, you must have teachers. You in America, my people. You in America. When you get a job, whether you got the degree, you leaving another job to another job, and they tell you to come for training, and they will train you. When you get there, as somebody who knows what you're going to do, they will train you. Because you see, the paper they gave you when you graduate, this is not rocket science. They say, congratulations, you are here by blah, 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 and get your certificate. It means that you qualify. It means that you are qualified. You are prepared and ready to learn the outside world, whatever they teach you there, and that's it. You can get your engineering degree, they will still teach you. So you need teachers. To get a better school in Liberia, you must train teachers. Not to just take one 12th grade student and be teaching a 4th grade student that you call him teacher assistant. Not to take somebody who just graduated from the University of Liberia and then they go back to the University of Liberia to teach. Where is KRTTI? All the teachers training area. We must train our teachers. We should prepare the teachers. When the teachers are trained and ready, they can even put children outside in the parking lot and teach them, to discipline them. So that is why Mr. Cummings made it clear. We will invest into teachers training first, from ABC to University of Liberia. Which one of them talking about it? We only hear, oh, our young people need to go to school, they are our future leaders, and tomorrow they will take over. That's just the same thing. What is our problem in Liberia? You have teachers? No. Because if you start to train teachers, you will start to put regulation together. Excuse me, before you build a school in Liberia, you should get a lab, at least get a late gym, and where the people will at least be able to exercise. If you don't want a football field, but at least get something. But how can you take a school and put it right on Broad Street to do what then? Government need to regulate all these things. But when you get a minister of education, got 2-3 schools, how are you going to regulate them? You the judge, the juror, and the executioner. No. The Cummings administration will not accept it. The Minister of Education will not be, whether you got school today, you have to put your school in different thing, and Mr. Cummings will look at it to know if you actually, government schools, there's certain things government must do in the country. Must. It's up to you when you want to send your children to private school. But we're not even subsidizing the private schools. So they will charge anything. Before, government used to go for the private school money. In America, they do the same thing. But not everybody can go to private schools. But nobody can go to government school now in Liberia. You pay more money to go to government school too. Sometimes you pay up to 20,000 Liberty, 30,000 Liberty. Some people can't afford it. When you pay a government teacher in a high school 10,000 Liberty, and a private school paying, what do you expect? What do you expect? That is why Mr. Cummings said we got to put all these things to rest. We got to go. We got to look at the important thing, not to go and start building, putting buildings up and say, "Oh, I build new school." What a new school you build? What a new schools? And Mr. Cummings is not complaining. We must stop complaining. Stop shifting blames. Mr. We are continuing to shift blames. Mr. Bwaka continued to shift blames to his 12 years and boss. Stay shifting blame. Stay blaming Ellen Johnson when he was vice president. This is what happened. My Liberian people, let me tell you something. If I was a vice president in the Eden government, I will run on the UP record. All I need to tell the Liberian people that this is what we do. This is what we did. I supported Ellen Johnson, but not everything was super. Not everything, but these are the areas in education, in fighting corruption. We went low in that one. But when I'm president, I will fight these things. Stand by what you did. But we listened to the vice president the other day. He said nothing but blame, blame, blame. And only a stupid Liberian would listen to the last part. He said Mr. Uri had men ready to come in. That's a lie. I will put my life and say, you see, that's a blinking lie. As much as I don't like Uri, but Uri tried to apologize. For you to say Uri had men to come in to do what? To seize the election? That was the lowest point of Mr. Bwaka. That was the lowest issues of you guys, that Uri had men. And then you try to say to Coca-Cola factory to involve Coca-Cola. To involve Coca-Cola. That was one of the cheapest. Uri had men, 20,000 men ready to come in. The same Mr. Bwaka man. Look, they should have recorded Mr. Bwaka a long time. You know, Mr. Bwaka explained this story that ECOWAS was trying to do everything that this election should not just be given away easily. You guys, you're supposed to even not to even allow Bwaka to auto session war. And Mr. Bwaka came out and said, no. You listen to Mr. Bwaka's concession speech. He said, I don't want any blood on my hands. Leave it. What Europe could have done to bring 20,000 men to do what? To do what? To stop George Weah? To stop the government? And Mr. Bwaka the UP was the sitting government. How Europe are going to do it? How they were going to stop it? How can Mr. Bwaka say they cheated him in this dying age when he never talk about it? They beat him. You never step your foot in the southeast. You expect them to vote for you? You only Lofa Kande voted for you because whether you go or not, you went to Lofa Kande one time during the election with helicopter. You went to Nima Kante one time. How you expect to win Nima Kante? You went there? No. You went to Grand Basso Kante? No. You went there one time and that was it. So what you expect? For them to vote for you? And you expect them to vote for you this time again in this age where you can't even remember some of the things. UP, you stop fooling us here. Your candidate cannot remember anything anymore. Every question they ask him on radio, they have to repeat that question to him. Your 100 days plan. The woman said something different. And they ask again, your 100 days plan. He said something different. Different thing. They ask him, what are your plans for 100 days? And then the boy talk about arrest. UP had ARA before 2017. They changed it to ARTS, Agriculture road, tourism, and sanitation. That Henry Costa gave them that one again. Then one morning, the Ome came back again. They changed it to arrest. AREST. We all know what it means. We all know the acronym. We know what it means. And like, or get trying to tell me, maybe we don't know what it means. Agriculture, we say every day, agriculture, road, education, they added education on it. Then they brought sanitation, then before tourism. And when the man says sanitation, he say, you can say health. Is sanitation part of healthcare? We all know the country need to be clean. We all know we need a better sanitation. That's truth. We all talk about tourism. We all talk about tourism. But you can't just say, oh, tourism. Oh, because we got a beach. Or because we set up people doing it. So, yeah, we need tourism. How are you going to do it? There's no how. Nothing there to tell. So the old man could not sell his plans. When the last time you heard Mr. Boaka talking about it? At this time, any candidates running for office and you got the opportunity to sit on radio, you will sell your platform fresh. You will not wait for them to ask you. But deep into the conversation, that's when they was asked. And the man explained and stayed, and they could not explain it. They refused to take calls. You know why? My Liberian people, the president, the vice president made it clear that he will not attend any debate with all President Weah. And you know the argument, oh, President Weah got to come and no, that's not your business. It's up to President Weah. We know that he will run away from the debate. We know that President Weah cannot defend his record. What about you, the man with the experience? Why are you running away? Why are you giving excuse? If President Weah don't show up, I will not show up. When President Weah you want debate, how can you debate President Weah when you cannot even tell President Weah what you're going to do, what he did wrong? All you know, President Weah stealing. But how can you say President Weah stealing when you're taking the same President Weah criminals and bringing them up to you? How can you say so? You got Jeremiah Kuhn, who the other day, the same people now. These are some of the things we're talking about. Let me show you something. This is Jeremiah Kuhn. Knowing that by 2023 you'll be tired. Okay. Knowing that 2023 you'll be tired, you will have a good heart, a good everything good, but the brain is going down. You're not holding the end, you're moving down the hill. This is nature. My father, right now, I buy him paper. Every day I gotta buy him paper. There's a man who bought me paper before. I'm buying paper and I'm getting tired rich. So I thought the old man could be president in 2017 and run for this. And he sincerely said, we run for one term. He sincerely. I agree with you. 2023, no, I disagree. In my mind, he should rest. Find somebody else. You hear that? This is the vice standard bearer for Joseph Boaka. That Joseph Boaka brain, everything is deteriorating. That before he was named, did Mr. Boaka check all these things before they bring Jeremiah Kuhn on board? Whatever comes from the mouth, it comes from the heart. Yes, he supported Mr. Boaka 2017. Mr. Boaka promised then that he will not contest because of his health. He will only go one term. But because of greed and the entitlement syndrome, that is why Mr. Boaka in the race. And because of other young people, lazy young people who are depending on him, are pushing him. You saw Mr. Cummings in the studio. The same day Mr. Boaka went to the studio, you got everybody surrounding Mr. Boaka. When Mr. Boaka tried to sleep, they hit the chair with their feet. When Mr. Bwaka tried to knock, they hit the chair with their feet. They have to ask Mr. Bwaka a question over and over. And Mr. Bwaka tells us nothing. And they refuse for Mr. Bwaka to answer question. Is that a send signal to you that this man is not ready? Oh, so we should hold Mr. Cummings to a different standard and hold Mr. Bwaka to a different standard because you love him? Go ahead and cuss because you're good at that. You are angry people. UP and seditions, listen, and now I believe that I can take sedition over you any day. George Weah, he let to answer questions, so he don't go to the studio, he waste his time. Oh, because George Weah can't answer questions, so Mr. Bwaka can answer questions. So then what the difference between Mr. Bwaka and Mr. Weah? If Mr. Bwaka don't want to go to debate because George Weah, what is the difference between two of them? That how selfish this old man is. That no, I'm not running against President Weah. I'm not running against Mr. Cummings. I'm not running against Tewa Gonglo. How in a war, and you can even back such a thing. Dwalu, or smart man, tell me, if Mr. Weah don't want to show up for debate, don't you think it's better let him go because he didn't show up before anyway? But the people then with the experience, why we should move President Weah, don't you think that these other people need to tell us? Because the Liberian people are saying that, oh, I'd rather stay with the devil. I know. Don't you think if Weah don't show up, it is a plus or negative for him? Which one? It is negative. If President Weah don't show up to a debate and only the oppositions show up to that debate, the people with Liberian people will see between all the opposition and say, wow, these guys got plans to really remove President Weah. But you are saying that the vice president is right, that he's not supposed to show up because we heard it in his own mouth. And people going around, the same surrogates are going around. So Dwalu, you on, you know, I call Dwalu name, and it's not this, I'm not trying to disrespect him, but these are the people who running the campaign of Mr. Cummings that I respect. I'm not talking about all the other chacha one. I got no respect for DeLong, Yomli, or Mandela Cooper. All these people are greedy people. Dwalo is not looking for job. That is why I call his name. He's not looking for job. So get it straight. But if the vice president, former vice president, I will not go to no debate until George Weah show up. We all know George Weah can't go to no debate. Why you went to the debate the other time when George Weah was not there? And George Weah was the number one that was getting ready to remove you. Then Mr. Cummings talk about education. Okay, Mr. Cummings talk about healthcare, affordable primary healthcare. Not just to put buildings up. We got everything already. It need to be fixed. We got JFK Community Center, Memorial Center, JFK Memorial Center. We got the Redemption Hospital. We got other hospitals that we need to equip. We need clinics in all the districts. We need to give them the necessary tools, that medication and everything will be there. You need to start running your child from Nukuta or from Lokintown or from Jamaica Road all the way to JFK just for headache. That is what the people do here. You don't jump to some big referral hospital. When they can't make it, they fly you over. That's what people do. But it is the right of the government. Certain things government must do it. Government must privatize and subsidize other private clinics, that tomorrow they will not push people out. That's why government gave this clinic money. Say, listen, hold this. We can't do everything. So in case our people come in, you can't just push them away. Mr. Cummings talk about government of inclusion, that every Liberian must work, will work, unless you lazy. That is why he always talk about the bowl of rice. And guess what? When everybody is eating out of that bowl of rice, that means everyone enjoying the resources of Liberia. I can use the same big spoon and I can take less rice And somebody can use the same big spoon and take more rice, but I will not even get pissed off with the person who taking more rice because they work harder than me and they are smarter, or maybe they are more educated than me. But I will always be comfortable with the one that I'm taking. Somebody else will use a small spoon and they will be very comfortable. So the man who's sweeping, he knows very well that he sweeps. He knows that his job, but he expects that job to pay his bills or to send his children to school. That is why that man will not rent a house. He will rent either a room or he will get one of the small little place, and he will send his child to public school. Maybe his wife doing something. You will not see a man sweeping. They're not America yet, where they pay you based on your hourly, they pay you good rate, and how long you stay on the job is that how they're going to pay you. Yes, but in Liberia, we want to bring that system. You see, to show that Mr. Cummings would not change from the system, he went to Liberia. He did. He built himself an apartment. He just put himself down to build some big house and live in. He put an apartment down, live on the fifth floor, and renting all the other ones. And the apartment look as if you are living in Europe or America. Got gym, has everything in there. You can even drink the water in the building. So everything is in there, 24-hour current, to show that that is how we're supposed to live. I don't have problem with you going to Liberia and be a big hustle. Don't get vexed with me. But what he did, he put a business down to help you because you retire, to bring money in. The man who makes money still want to make money. Why you think Bill Gates and other people, but some of you Liberian people, I listen to this guy Fadu. Yeah, and you say Mr. Come get money, they let him go to Liberia and do business, or let him go sit down somewhere. You see that kind of sarcastic remarks that we make. Yeah, he's saying, yeah, let him go sit down somewhere. So that only poor people sort of steal from our people. If Mr. Cummings win, when Mr. Cummings win this election, when Mr. Cummings win this election, he will be the first millionaire, the first Liberian who make his own money, who had everything before coming to president. He will not build new house. He will not buy a new car. He has everything to his convenience. He's not depending on our money. That is why Dara Stillon, Yombli Kanga are afraid. Because they are corrupt people. They cannot work honor a man who to them it is too hard. That is why people like Ben and Toga McIntosh that you think they are corrupt, and Louis Brown that you think they are corrupt, and Musa Belete that you think they are corrupt, working with him because they all want good for Liberia. They all want good for Liberia. My Liberian people, these two parties, especially UP, nothing comes from out of their mouths but lies. Lies. They are angry. They are just waiting to take power, to show their true colors, to run after us, to kill us. If you want a better country, Alex Cummings is the way. Even the seditions are afraid of Unity Party because they know how Unity Party is coming with revenge. This is not the time to talk about revenge. You got Jeremiah Coon running in Nima County, talking to his people that this is our time because Mr. Bwaka will not last no time. We will be the next president. So let us vote. Vote for us. This is our time. Is that how you campaign? You already planning for the future. What's supposed to happen to the man we're voting for? We don't hate Mr. Bwaka. That is why we believe that Mr. Bwaka cannot be president. Because voting for Mr. Bwaka is like bringing Jeremiah Coon and Prince Johnson to power. They have already seen it. They are already going around telling the people. I got a good friend right in America here who believe that it is time for the people of Dima County, especially the Gio tribe, to be in power. Because Mr. Bwaka will not last more than 1 year when he's president. So you see, they're telling us what will happen. And even the UP people are aware But they don't give a damn. All they want to do is to win. All they want is to win. But no plans. They asked Mr. Baka the first thing about this 100 days plan. He said, I'm in alliance with people. I love my people. Mr. Baka said, Labra is 196 years old. We all can make mistakes. You can make mistakes and say Labra is 174 years old. I will understand. Labra is 175 years old. I will understand. Labra is 176 years old. I will understand. Or Labra is 178. But 196 years old. And the woman never came back to even correct himself. My Liberian people, they exposed the woman. They will never take that woman to any radio station. Just watch it. They will never take the woman to any radio station. No radio station they will take that man to again. Whoever went on radio and don't listen and don't take question, let me ask you, why they refuse to open the lines? Why they refuse? And they're not even ashamed. And they're going around saying that Mr. Baka did good. Let me show you again. My Liberian people, I told you that when it comes to popularity, Mr. Weah will win this election again. If we close our mouths, Mr. Weah will win it again, because against Mr. Weah and Joseph Boakai, Mr. Weah is still popular than Mr. Boakai. So Liberians will not worry about whether they're catching hard time. They will vote on popularity. UP is running on the same thing that Mr. Boakai. Mr. Boakai is popular than Mr. Weah and Mr. Cummings. That's true. If the Liberian people voting for popularity for now, they will continue to vote for Mr. Boakai and Mr. Weah, and Mr. Weah will continue to win. If that is what you're talking about. Even if you go to job experience right now, they will tell you Mr. Weah is already a president. Mr. Boakai got no experience as president. He never experienced a president job before. He never acted as president either, because Madam said he never left it in charge. He have never acted as a president before. So you're quick to forget. And they'll say that when we continue to criticize Mr. Boakai, we're running Mr. Boakai campaign. A lie. That's a lie. What about you that criticizing President Weah? You running President Weah campaign too? When President Weah criticizing you, are you running his campaign too? You people, are you people, something wrong with you? Something really, really wrong with you guys. We comparing notes. We are saying that you're not ready. Your time is over. Then you say we're running your campaign. Okay, we'll continue to run your campaign. Mr. Cummings is stronger. Mr. Cummings has a platform. He's ready. He's prepared. What Mr. Boakai did the last 5 years. Okay, now let's forget about his 12 years in government. What Mr. Boakai did when he left government, what he was doing. He sat down for 3 years, 3 months before we saw him. Doing nothing. Sitting down, relaxing. Was not speaking anywhere, no speaking engagement, nothing. So what he did, Mr. Cummings retired. You see what he been doing his life? He retired before getting into politics. And Liberian people, you should be thankful. That is what we want to see from all our other Liberians that working when they retired and they come into sacrifice to help. You don't run for public office because you want rich to get money, but because of the salary, the big salaries. A representative getting $10,000, all the way they cut it about $10,000. You get free car, gasoline, this and that. So everybody looking at it. So everybody want to run for office. Poor people, some of them can't even afford it to buy one flyer. They want to run for office. By the time you give the job to them tomorrow, you can't argue with them. Some of them believe that, well, I can get it in 6 years. So you won't take me from there, you will take me from there. What they believe. Even my own friend James Diba. James Diba criticized George Weah. He said George Weah would not be a good president. And for true, he won for the last 17 years. But guess what? Poverty. This is not about friendship. Poverty, hardship James Ziva now succumbed to President Weah. But James Ziva, you there to the wrong time. You there at the wrong time. Patience. You lack patience, my brother. You are not patient at all. You fought. You stood up. You said President Weah will not be a good president, and that's truth. But you sat down for long and you said, listen, I just got to stick with the guy. I'm dying. How much President Weah gave you, James? Or he promised you job? What is your belief? What you believe in, James Diba? What you believe in? Or you might be what? Something. What you believe in? You succumb to President Weah. And guess what? Even if President Weah president tomorrow, you're not give you a damn thing. You already, your record is tinted with him. You don't know him like that. I am surprised at you, James Diba. Poverty, hardship, it tough on you. It hard on you. Last minute of time, you give up. You gave up. You went all the way just to cross the bridge. You are the other side of the bridge. To cross the bridge, you give up. You say, I can't make it. Tomorrow, when we are don't win, how will you feel? Diva, everything you ever worked for, everything you ever stood for, it gone down the drain. You could support President Weah in the second round. I got it. When I say second round, you could support President Weah against UP in the second round. It will make sense. You could support President Weah in the second round. It will make sense because you rather take President Weah and suffer for 6 years than to take UP and suffer for another 18 years or 17 years. Because let me tell you on the UP side, let me give you the advantage now. UP take over, Mr. Bwaka will run for 3 years, resign, according to them. Mr. Kun will end Mr. Bwaka 3 more years. Then from there, he will run for president. 2029, they will steal the election, and then he will run for president again. They will continue to steal. In fact, their plans here is to eliminate any potential candidate. It is the plans of Prince Johnson to eliminate politicians. And then they will go, I mean, Jeremiah Kun will be president for 15 years. The Gio people in charge, not all the Gio people, not the people from Nima County, but Prince Johnson in charge. Maybe Prince Johnson will be there. He might not live for 15 years. Maybe he might live for another 15 years, 20 years. But their plans are, they will eliminate, I'm telling you, they will eliminate politicians. Because they're not afraid. Prince Johnson have done it before plenty of time. So Mr. Cummings will be at risk. All the other, the Edwins, all the guys will be at risk. Then they will go after you and CDC to do whatever they want to do. But voting for President Weah, we will suffer for 6 years, but after President Weah 6 years, we will have a free flow of 2029 election. So the survey that was done by an international group called Honor the Banner, y'all go and check it out. We're not waste our time again with y'all. Y'all go and check it up. Honor the Banner called, let me show you something. So every time we tell you guys that, listen, this survey, when they did the survey, these are a group of people called Global Research, under the banner, Global Research Consultancy. Global Research Consultancy. They went through 20,000 Liberians. And you're going to talk to Mark Dabatella supporting Mr. Bwaka now. He will tell you about this group. He saw them. They went around the country. They visited 15 counties, and they went through 20,000 eligible voters. People who they ask you voting yes. When they ask the question, who will you vote for if election was held today? Out of the 20,000, President Weah got 22%. Mr. Bwaka got 20%. Mr. Comey got at 18%. We never lie about it. Mr. Cummings has always been in a third position when you ask such a question. But guess what? When we tell you that the silent voters in Liberia will make the case, the silent voters, people who have not decided because the issues are not there, 40%. So if Mr. Weah can take the 40%, he will beat the first round. If Mr. Bwaka take the 40%, he will beat the first round. If Mr. Cummings take that 40%, they will beat the first round. But 40%. But guess what now? When the people did it, they asked another question. Who do you think can better do the job of president of Liberia if elected? After they asked the first question, question number 2, they say, okay, among these 3 people, who you think can do the better job? Mr. Weah got 22%, but 15% said President Weah can do the job. That lie? No, that's true. This is not a lie. 15, the people who voted for George Weah yesterday, and they still won't vote for Joe Weah, they still say Joe Weah can do the job. 15%. Then they say Mr. Bwaka, 28% say he can do the job. So what happened? 20% voted for him. So 8% added, say he can do the job, 28%. 52% said that Mr. Cummings can do the job. And what the problem saying? Mr. Cummings can do it, Mr. Cummings can do it, but let Mr. Cummings just wait for the old man. Let Mr. Cummings just go with the old man. Or let's just give Mr. Weah chance. 52%, the same people who voted them, but that same people, then guess what? The undecided votes drop to 5%. So, my belief here, only 2% left the undecided votes went to Mr. Bwaka. And the 5% that left from Mr. Weah, they came back to the undecided votes, and 35% went to Mr. Cummings. That if they were basing on this, Mr. Cummings beat the first round clean with 52%. Okay. And these are serious issues. We're looking for somebody that will do better. We're looking for a leader. We're not looking for popularity. Okay. Then the third question. Who do you think has a better chance of winning these elections based on financial resources? Now they're looking at money. Who you think have money to win this election? They say President Weah can win this election in the first round, not to win the whole first round. 40% of the people in that 20,000 say President Weah, but guess what? He reached 40, he reached 50. He stopped to 40. You see there? He stopped to 40%. He crossed 51. Because if that's the case, if we are to cross 51, 52, then I say it is possible because of money, Mr. Weah can win the first round straight. But because of money, it can put President Weah in the first round. Then in the second place, Mr. Bwaka got 15%. They say he ain't got money. Mr. Cummings came up with 35%. Not 52, but 35. So if we were basing on this, if we were voting because of money, that means President Weah and Mr. Cummings will be in the second round. But guess what? The undecided voters went down to 10. And the undecided voters know that Mr. Cummings got money, enough money to run campaign, more than UP. UP got money, but they cheap. They got senators and other people. Mr. Bwaka made $8.7 million, but he didn't put penny into the election, and crowd poured more because he built one house. Because he built one house. That's all. Okay. So you see, the government got the money. Mr. Weah could get in the second round if that the money was taken there. Then they got another question. Question number 4. Who do you think is loved by the Liberian people? And I just told you, they will be saying it. The number 1 person in Liberia that the Liberian people love that George Weah. But guess what? Stay and I take George Weah to 51 plus 2. 50 plus 1. It kept President Weah to 40%. 40% say the people love President Weah. 30% say they love Mr. Bwaka. So if we go on love it, it will be Mr. Bwaka and Mr. Weah. If that because of love. And guess what? And because of love, Mr. Weah will win Mr. Bwaka again. You get what I'm saying? Because of love. Because guess what? I don't know the 10%. 10%, I don't know. If you take that 10% and put it to Mr. Bwaka, that 50% is Zach. He can't get 50 plus 1. You need 50 plus 1. Okay, let's play the devil advocate. And I take the 20% from Mr. Cummings. And say Mr. Cummings, people that CTJ, I take that 20% and give it to George Weah. George Weah will be having 60%. Because I already took the 20% from Mr. Cummings. Okay, let's play devil advocate. I will take the 20% and give it to Mr. Bwaka. No, I'm sorry, the 10% undecided, I give it to Mr. Bwaka at 40%. You know what I'm saying? At 40%. Now, okay, I take the 20% from Mr. Cummings, I give it to Mr. Bwaka. Mr. Bwaka get 50%. And we take the 10% and give it to Mr. Weah, he will get 50%. But still, Mr. Weah going to win because somebody will switch and prefer Mr. Weah because they will say, well, I prefer Mr. Weah. So if they're loving, UP, you still will not win. Mr. Weah will win if that's just for loving business, if that's just for the best. Oh, I just love the man. You know, then they got the other one again. Question number 6. Who do you think will provide more jobs and employment for Liberians if elected? What we're looking for in Liberia? Jobs, employment. Yes, we want for our people to work. Guess what? Mr. Weah, the man got 22% voted for him. The other 22%, this time he got 10. And Allah, the citizen said, President Weah ain't do nothing. The disenchanted citizen going around say, President Weah ain't do nothing. 10% voted for President Weah out of 20,000 Liberians. 10% voted. Then Mr. Bwaka, 25%. Only 5% were added to him. And that 5% maybe came from somewhere else. Mr. Cummings, 60%. The undecided voters, it dropped down to 5%. So you see how the undecided voters are going? The undecided voters want to hear the issues. They want to know who can provide for us, who has the ability to create. My Liberian people, when I say that we will win this election in the first round, it's a hard belief, but it is a belief. It is a belief, but we will win the first round. And if we win the first round straight, I would not be surprised. I would not be surprised. I believe this poll because this poll is real. These people went in the country. They visited people. They went around. They were in a dungeon and they spoke. They went through 20,000 Liberians in the 15 counties. You can believe it or not. That's your damn business. Now, Mr. Cummings, 60% he got. The real issue that we know, and we all know Mr. Cummings can create job. We all know Mr. Cummings has the ability to do it. Then they got it 1 year again. Who do you think has more government experience? We're not hard for that one again. The man with the more government experience is Mr. Bwaka. It's Mr. Bwaka. But guess what? He even crossed 50 plus 1. He got 50%. Mr. Weah got 30%. Mr. Cummings has 10%. So even if they were voting for governmental experience, he's still not winning in the first round. Governmental experience, why mean what? Because he spent more time in government. But we're not voting for you because you spend more time in government. Governmental experience, can I put food on the table for me? Ellen Johnson had governmental experience. She worked in government. Ellen Johnson started working in government from the 70s. You don't know that? And finance minister. She held a bigger position than Mr. Baka because Mr. Baka was a minister too. But she held a position before in top of government. But he stopped to only 50. So right now, if they vote, even if they come to governmental experience, he can't get that 50% again. You know what I'm saying? So it will still be he and President we are into a second round. And guess what? Because with the people that behind him, with the Prince Johnson and other people who already threaten people, not publicly, but threaten people, the Liberian will end up choosing Mr. And we are. You see that? But nobody vote for governmental experience. Governmental experience have taken us nowhere. Nowhere. Nowhere, for God's sake. Then they got this one here. Very good one. Who will you trust? This is our biggest problem in Liberia. Trust, trust, trust. The government stealing, corruption. Who will you trust with your country's money and natural resources? That is, who do you think is corruption free? Governmental experience, Mr. Baka got 50%. Mr. Weah 38%. Mr. Cummings 10%. If election is held today, Mr. Baka 20%. Mr. Weah 22. Mr. Cummings 18. But who do you trust among these three people to take care of your country money? Everybody say the same thing. Everybody. But guess what? Out of 22, only 5% trust Mr. Weah. They lie? No, they lie. They lie because we see them eating the poor money. Mr. Bwaka, the only people that trust Mr. Bwaka is they seen 20 people that voted for Mr. Bwaka. They trust Mr. Bwaka. What? The same people who voted for Mr. Bwaka, the 20%, is the same 20% that say they trust Mr. Bwaka. 70% trust Mr. Cummings. 70. So what are you looking for? You're looking for somebody you trust with your money, with your country money. And then guess what? The undecided voters drop down. So the percentage from George Weah, the people that supported George Weah, they trust Mr. Cummings. You know what I'm saying? So the 17% from George Weah, they went over to me and said, no, we trust Mr. Cummings more than George Weah. These are the things we need to vote for. Mr. Cummings got 70%. The undecided votes, 5%. That the one that say, I know you. So they are nothing, 5%. 5% is good. Then they got this one here. Who do you believe has international contacts to bring investment into Liberia, into the country, when elected as president? Among the three people, NSA president, we are playing football. And Mr. Bwaka working government for 42 years, he got governmental experience. But where is the contact outside? Where is the contact? The people who voted for President Weah, 17% refused to say President Weah get contact because he lied to them. If this poll was going to be held before 2017 election, they will tell you, say President Weah got more contact. He got competent to play football. But the people know the truth now. They say that big year, only 5% of he die sedition, Samet and all these people there. Mr. Bwaka, 20% voted for Mr. Bwaka. It dropped down to 15%. 5% of the people who voted for Mr. Bwaka say, no, Mr. Bwaka, I don't have that experience. The other 15% are the one who die hard. They say Mr. Bwaka get the experience because he friended with Henry Costa. They say Mr. Bwaka get the experience because he friended with Jeremiah Kuhn to sell gas. So all the time Mr. Bwaka been coming to America, he get no experience. He meet no business people say. But guess what? Mr. Cummings got 75%. And the undecided voters went down to 5. So the 5% from Mr. Bwaka, they refused to go to Mr. Cummings. They all went back to undecided. And Mr. Cummings, and the other 17% all went to Mr. Cummings. So the 40%, the entire 40% went to Mr. Cummings. The 5% that refused to vote for Mr. Bwaka, they said, but I will not vote for Mr. Cummings. So they put themselves in the undecided votes. Mr. Weir, his 17% that refused to vote for him, they came to Cummings because they trust Mr. Cummings. The last one, 10 question. Who will you vote for if we are? Listen, that's the last one there, that 3. They ask you now, who will you vote for if we are and Bwaka go for a runoff? 55% say they will vote for Weir. 30% say they will vote for Mr. Bwaka. 15% say I will not vote. You see that? 15% say I will not vote. But 50% say they will vote for Mr. Weir. Then they got the same question. Who will you vote for if Weir and Cummings go for a runoff? Mr. Bwaka, they say 30% will vote for him. Mr. Weir, 40% say they will vote for him. Because people from UP, Darrell still on there, they will vote for Weir. So, you see, and I will tell you, we can bring UP back to power. So, most of the other people, I will not vote. And for me, I can't waste my vote. I know President Weir will not do nothing, but I will vote for President Weir. And I know he's not doing nothing. But just for me to live in peace, I would rather vote for President Weir. You got it? Okay. So I'm not hiding from you. But the UP people who hate Mr. Cummings, they will vote for President Weir that carry President Weir to 40%. President Weir never crossed 40%. Even in his prime. 57% say they will vote for Mr. Cummings. The people, the UP members will vote for Mr. Cummings, not the official. They want to say I will not vote. That the UP people say they will not vote. 3%. 3% of the UP people say I will not vote. Okay. Now, when it comes down to Bwaka versus Cummings, Bwaka only increased to 35%. 35%. Mr. Cummings will beat him by 55%, which is Mr. Cummings dropped to 55 instead of 57 against Weir. But I will not vote is 10%. Some people say they will not vote. Some sedition and other people say they will not vote. You see? So that is the case. So at the end of the day, Mr. Cummings still victorious. So my Liberian people, this is the thing here. We must vote for the issues. Don't vote because you love this person. Don't vote because you think that this person, that's your relative. No. Vote your conscience. Vote for your country. Please. Vote for your country. Vote for Liberia. Vote for Liberia, please. This election is clear. Don't fall in love with politicians. Don't vote for Mr. Cummings because you just love Mr. Cummings. Don't vote for Mr. Weir because you just love Mr. Weir. Vote for the real issues. And you know Mr. Cummings is the best guy to do the job. Mr. Cummings is the best guy that we can make president, the messenger of Liberia, that you and myself can go back to Liberia and sleep sound. He got a very good vice candidate, smart, deuce the law school at the test at the Temple of Justice. She can go anywhere to plead law in America and whatsoever. She understands the law, and there will be justice. She will be over the Senate as president of the Senate, and she will know exactly what to do. She believes in Mr. Cummings. She's a young woman from Grand Bassa County. And those of you from Grand Bassa County, it will be a shame for you to vote against your daughter. For you to say that your daughter can speak Bassa. You know how many Bassa children don't speak Bassa? You know how many of our people who left from Grand Bassa County went to Monrovia and have their children? So is that a crime because your child cannot speak Bassa? And shame on Yomli going around telling people that Charlie can speak Bassa so we can vote for her. Are you trying to disown your own? Are you trying to say that no, because she can't speak Bassa? Speaking Bassa will put food on your table? Speaking Bassa will fix the road in Bassa, will bring electricity to Bassa? This girl have done more into Grand Bassa than people who speak Bassa. Yombi that speak Bassa, what she have done for Grand Bassa County? She only make herself rich. They enjoy themselves. They travel. Their father brought them to America. They live in Arlington. They got paper. How? Through the same missionary. Oh, because they can speak Bassa. So they own Bassa because they can speak Bassa. You know how many children in Liberia today that don't speak the tribe? So because of that, you prosecute them. You that in Bassa that speak only Bassa, can you speak English too? Mr. Bwaka speak Bassa. How can Yombly tell you to vote for someone who disgraces her? How can Yombly tell you to vote for someone who is not trustworthy? Who tried to betray everybody that comes his way? He betrayed the Yombly, he betrayed Bena Yure, he betrayed Bagwezonga. That you people are not fit to be by his side. And then you telling us that you will sit there, son and boy, whatsoever, utter the word on his page that Yombly and Charlie can speak Bassa. Only lazy people and greedy people. That is not the issue. That is not the issue. You sent your child abroad to study. The child come back home. And you say the child can't speak Bassa, so I can't vote for you. Because the child can't speak Bassa, so you can't vote for the child. If you're a Bassa man and you member of UP, I got it. If you're a Bassa woman and you member of UP, I got it. But if you will allow Yombly to tell you that this girl, she don't speak Bassa, the former Union Board president, he lived in Trenton. Look in my face. He's supporting Bwaka. Yeah, Yombly can speak Bassa. I forgot his name. I'm saying it now. He even went as far and called Mr. Cummings a gay. After he couldn't defeat me, he jumped on the show. I said, boy, what about you? I said, what the news that were going around say you gay, he vest. The news that were going around say you yourself you gay. Then he vessel. After he said Mr. Cummings that gay, when I answered the question. A Bassa man, member of Union Board, talking about Charlie can speak Bassa. Are you a member of UP? Oh no. And now I say you. So I said, but you're a member of UP. I try to pick him off. I said, but you are a member of UP. I'm not a member. I'm a member of Liberty Party and support Yombly for what? What do you support Yombly? He can't tell me. But he talked about Charlene can speak Bassa. If you are not a member of UP and you are saying that you're going to vote against your child, your daughter, that means the story about John Kizzer is true. The Bob Gray. So you are the people who want to sell your land. You are the one who trying to give your birthright. You looking at your daughter, the only Bassa girl on a ticket. You looking at her with all the development she carry on in Bassa more than Yombly. Oh, and we can't because she can't speak Bassa. Because your daughter can speak Bassa, she not your daughter. The old man who talking now, his children in America can't even speak Bassa. He got his children here, they can't speak Bassa. The girl who's the president for Unibwa chapter in Trenton on the side, she can't speak Bassa. Why she president? Oh, they know because they know that she's qualified, the ability, and she work with them and she doing everything with them. But she can't speak Bassa. But when she go Liberia today to run for office, then they say, oh, you can't speak Bassa. Liberian. My brothers and sisters from Grand Bassa County, don't let them fool you. Don't let them make fun out of you. We are not saying that when Mr. Cummings is president, then you will be president in 2 years. But I'm saying that if Mr. Cummings go for 2 terms, Charlene will be the next person on that list. We're not going to change it. If Charlene remain as vice president, God forbid anything happen to Mr. Cummings, he pass out, he die, Charlene will be the next president. If when Mr. Cummings serve a 2 term, Charlene will be the next standard bearer for CPP. Charlene never rushed. She was never expecting it. But whatever God ordains, whatever God decides, no man can stop it. No man can stop it. We will win this election. We will campaign. We will go to all the places. And the people of Maryland, we know that you have agreed. Mr. Cummings is your son. His father is a son of Maryland. His father left from Maryland at the age of 10. His father, his grandfather have a place there. Whether we like it or not, he's your son. And we will vote for him. Grand Crew, River G, Grand G there, we know you're going to vote for President Weah. But how many jobs President Weah created in your place? Because of President Weah today, a lot of people got problem with Grand G County. You did everything. You supported President Weah all over. But it is time that we think Liberia. President Weah can't do the job. President Weah is a tribalistic man too. So Weah only depends and believe in his people from the Cruz tribe. But not all the Cruz people enjoying. He believes in his people. Look at the appointment in government. Is that what we still want to live? God have given us something and we should be happy for it. You got Mr. Cummings, who do not put Maryland first. Mr. Cummings donated to the Maryland County team and said, please do not announce my name. I am doing it because I'm from Maryland, but I'm not doing it because I want to show off. Because tomorrow, I'm not running to be president of Maryland. Mr. Cummings is not running for Maryland County. He's running for president of Liberia to serve every Liberian. Mr. Cummings is not running to be president for ANC members only or CPP members only. Maybe the CPP or the ANC member will get vexed with Mr. Cummings. They will really get vexed with Mr. Cummings. When Cummings win election, they will get vexed with him because he's not going to give you something that you can perform. So supporting Mr. Cummings is not about what I can get. We sacrifice ourselves in these things for our people, for somebody behind me to enjoy. If I can help somebody, my labor will not go in vain. If I can recommend someone, my advocacy and my fight on social media for justice and whatsoever for a good Liberia, it will not go in vain. It's not about me. It's not about Mr. Kishan getting something. What God has for me will come. It can be my old age, it will come. If it don't come, it's what God plans. Maybe I might not see this election. Maybe anything can happen. I could win this election. After win this election, Mr. Cummings, don't call my name. Should I get vexed? No. I will be happy because you know what? I won. That is why we're all sacrificing. Government job is not our portion, my people. I had the opportunity to serve in government as a civil servant. Thank God, 10 years is okay. Because I believe that there's nothing you can make in government. I can work in the private sector. I can do my own thing. I can go to Liberia, whether I get a job or not, I can still make money in Liberia because I got plenty of things under my belt I can make money with. I'm not a proud guy. I am not the type in Liberia who used to wear coat suit. In America, wear jean trousers until God ready for me. But this is about Liberia. It's not about you. It's not about me. It's not about Mr. Cummings. If we don't get it right, we always suffer. Mr. Cummings will suffer more because people will stand to his door every day to beg him. And his expenses will increase. Our expenses will increase. Although we say, don't call me if we don't win, but we still try to talk to our people. But do not vote based on popularity, my people. Leadership is not a contest. It's not popularity contest. Don't vote because they say governmental experience. Governmental experience have taken us nowhere. Vote for the person who prepared and ready to make the difference, to make that necessary decision that will benefit every Liberian. Only Alex Cummings. Only Mr. Cummings going around talking to people. Yeah. Only Mr. Cummings. Hold on 1 minute, guys. So you see that? So Mr. Cummings is in District 14 today, right now. He's in District 14. And we're going to just call it off and let us pay attention to what he's doing there. But there's momentum is going on right now in District 14. And the election is on. We got 48 days to election. This election, it will be tough. The closer the election, the harder it is. So those of you who continue to talk to people and keep it up, but please let us be very careful. Let us be moderate to our people, and you can squeeze water out of rock. Also, we must talk to them and to find out what is going on and let them vote. We are preparing already to join the group in Liberia. And so let me look at the comment before I leave. Okay, this guy said not true. I don't know what you're talking about. Gerald, it is not ready because Charlene does not speak Basa. It is ready about Yombly not being selected as VP because she is not running. Charlene. Yep. You know, I agree with you. I agree with you on that. Yep. Okay, let me show you what's going on right now.
Hello.
Yeah, go ahead, Sidiki. What's going on?
Yeah, so we are currently in district number 14 rather, in Clarendon community, where Mr. Cummins is going to be visiting today and doing a tour. The same thing we did in District 10 yesterday. And right to Clarendon Junction, you see supporters who have come to welcome him to receive Mr. Cummins. These are the supporters that are here today. And so it's going to be a whole day walk. So Mr. Cummins is trying to introduce a different way of campaigning, that is to come and visit each of the communities. You know, within the specific district you'll be visiting, to go from house to house, share flyers, talk to people. You know, because there's this notion that, oh, Mr. Cummins is hard to see, people can see him. And so this time around, and so that is what is going on right now. So any moment from now, you will be arriving here very shortly.
All right, thank you, Sidiki, and keep up the good work there. And I know it's not an easy thing,
You're
but
welcome.
just be careful and show the group, show the crowd. Let me see some of the faces that maybe people watching and see. He not caught it. He might off now. He freeze up. Move around with the camera small. Let me see something, Sidiki. Okay, that's Sidiki. You know the network is not too strong, but that is what's going on right now. Mr. Cummins is in District 14. And this is a new thing that we started. We talk about dual witness and campaign. You know, look, we said it. If we don't campaign, it will be a problem for us. These two people are popular. We look, you see, that's why I love CPP. We don't lie. We don't lie. You ask Mr. Cummins, he will tell you the same thing. Yes, 2017, it was real. It was fair enough. Mr. Cummins was new to Liberian politics. It was new. He was new. He's not new to Liberia, but he was new to Liberian politics, which is true. And that was a fair game. But now, if you tell me Mr. Cummins is new to Liberian politics, then you wasted my time. You know what I'm saying? So Mr. Cummins will walk around, he will go to places, and that's it. You see, okay, this person said, you are out of wars. Let him go sleep with my dead father. Then I understand what you mean. Sometimes you guys can just, I know. I'm the great spiritual man from, I get the fuck. Who care about your spirituality? And you see something, I come in black the other person here. You shouldn't let people have convince you that tell you anything. That lot man say from he was great spiritual man from great spiritual man from where? The kind of stupid thing I can stay. Look at it nonsense. He a spiritual man from all the way. Who the hell want you to can't tell them to get money? He too want it. I'm blocking you from my page, please. I'm not here for that nonsense. Yeah, man. Oh, okay. I got you. I see why you. Okay, I understand. Ah. Yeah, he can Ali speak about you are not wise. Like brain problem is bigger than you. They solve your done by communist people, but then communist people smarter than you. The communist people are smarter than you because if Mr. Cummings, if they can do such a survey, the communist people, that means the communist people are smarter than you and your group you in because that is what a better leader will do. You see, so you see that one here? A black or man who tells me that he can make you to make money, he's a scammer, and then you're telling me what good will do for you. I can't understand you guys. I can't understand you guys. You set your butt on my life. I just explained something to you. There's a man who here telling us that he's a great spiritual man. He can make you to make money or whatsoever. These are all the people that are going around or scammers. So I said, let me block this man from my page. And you come here and open your damn mouth on my page too. What good will do for with black people? Then you get the fuck out of my phone, my page too. You ain't got no damn respect. You sat here and I explained why this man is on my post. That he can make people make money, and that's how people fall for things. So I said, let me block him off my list. What would I do on damn Nigerian man coming to tell me, say he can make people to make money, he can do this, he can do that. This man came under my post and put a long thing there. You can find job. So you can just read it now and follow him. Yeah? Read it and follow him. Read it and follow him. What kind of nonsense is this? Okay, let me block you too. I'll block you too. Yeah, man. I hear people to just do things as if we ain't get no sense. You sat down here, I put the thing up, I say, this is nonsense. Somebody come on my page to make make money. And who are black here? Okay. Or making bad punishment 2 times for 1 crime. Look at what do you and what do you get from blocking people for expressing their opinion? Are you aware of your rudeness to others? Stupid fool, damn ass. I'm cussing you. That you are talking to? Okay, so guys, and I'll call it quit for the day. We're gonna shut off, and this election is not an easy election. This election is very, very tough. I can be honest with you. And okay, so guys, y'all have a good day and enjoy your Wednesday. And you can switch over to Voice Matter to watch Siliki play by play. You can also switch over to other media. So, but Mr. Cummings is we're doing this thing here where Mr. Cummings going from door to door. We're doing the Jehovah Witness campaign. We want to show you the how strong and elegant Mr. Cummings is. I don't know if Mr. Boaka can do it. You can go and sit and be having your program one place. Yeah, Mr. Cummings will be going around with his program. So we got our style. You can do your own. You can go and keep Mr. Boaka in one position and do whatsoever. But the fact of the matter is that Masabo, Masabo, Hamadu, I will block you. So don't worry. I will block you from my page because of how arrogant and stupid you are. You won't go open your own page, go on your life. Facebook is a big place. The blue app is for everybody. The blue app is for everybody. And you can also, if you want to see the guy, if you want his name, this is his name. Go and look for him. He will make you rich. Just call him. He will make you rich. If you want work, he can help you. Go there. Because all of y'all believe in juju. All of y'all believe in juju, yeah? Okay. Okay. Okay, now you block from my page now, yeah? You will not watch the you will not watch me again. You can go and watch it somewhere else. Okay. You see this election, my people, let me tell you something. We're not here to waste our time on a lot of people. We try to convince everybody. Everybody now is solid. The people we're talking to now are independent voters. Don't let nobody fool you. Say, oh, let the man express it because the man a lie. You get sad. Everybody gets sad. Even the independent vote, they undecided know what they want to vote. They're going to vote for, but they're not talking. They call it the silent voters. There's nobody undecided right now. But some people are very, very silent, and they're not telling you who they're going to vote for because they try to protect their jobs. That's it. So all that. And Prince, thanks for your. I saw the $20 contribution, Prince. Thanks for your contribution, my brother. And so everybody know who they're going to vote for. So all that thing. But right now, you can switch to Voice Matter, or you can go on the general page. You will watch the Siddiqui, or go on Siddiqui page, and you will watch the program in District 14. Mr. Cummings is going to be there the whole day, walking around and doing other things. So because of that, Mr. Cummings, we're supposed to, campaign is on right now. Getting Mr. Cummings on the radio is not going to be easy on an interview. So Mr. Cummings was supposed to appear on the show today. I was trying to surprise you guys. But because of the campaign, it's going to be very, very hard. And so it will only be like during the weekends, well, Sunday, Sunday evening and whatsoever. So we're going to find a time when to do it. So I'm sorry, I was trying to surprise you guys but that is all part of it. And the campaign is going on right now. It's not an easy thing to get Mr. Cummings on the radio, especially the last 45 days to campaign. It's going to be tough. We're going to go all over the country. Mr. Cummings is going to go back into the southeast. We don't know if Mr. Bwaka can reach there. But my Liberian people, let's be fair, yeah. They say we don't want to solve it, no problem. But we all know that Mr. Cummings is the best man for this job. And we'll surprise them. There are a lot of surprises that are waiting up for you guys. A lot of surprises waiting up. So let us.
The 2023 presidential and general elections are just ahead, and Liberians will go to the polls on October 10th to vote and choose new leaders to govern the nation. And one name that stands out among the rest is Alexander Benedict Cummings, an astute statesman of national and international integrity, national standard bearer and first partisan of the collaborating political parties CPP. CPP coming will fly out. Vote Alexander Benedict Cummings and Councillor Charlie Bromskin, President and Vice President for a better Liberia, for massive and decent paid jobs, with equal access to jobs and opportunities, irrespective of your political, social, or ethnic background. Vote Cummings and Bromskin for a better economy, where the nation's wealth will be fairly distributed for the benefit of all. For a genuine enforcement and implementation of a sound Liberianization policy that sets aside certain businesses exclusively for Liberians. Vote Cummings and Bromskin for improved and better health care, better quality education, and better care for retired and old people. Vote Cummings and Bromskin for support through loans to farmers for increase in food production for the nation. Vote Cummings and Bromskin for a better judiciary and genuine enforcement of law and order aimed at attracting.
Okay, vote Cummings, vote Charlene, vote Cummings, vote Charlene. Okay, guys, have a good day. And we're about to leave now. Okay, guys. Thanks for watching. See you on Friday. Have a good day. God bless you. I love you. Be safe. Drive safely. Bye for now. Thank you, brother. In fact, although I say I'm going, but since you brought this up, it is good to talk about it. Uh, 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 yes, we all, I will be honest with you and Elder James, Mr. Bwaka lied on that one. Mr. Bwaka lied. That is what they told him to bring down Ure, to make Ure look bad. Why will you say Ure had 20,000 men to come in? To do what? I want you to put your one and two together and be smart. UP will stay in charge. Ellen Johnson will stay in charge of the government. Ure was bring. We have an on mail in the country. We still have some on mail in the country, and the other ones left. What was the rationale that Mr. Ure was supposed to bring 20,000 men and they was at Coca-Cola factory? That's a shame and disgraceful. That is the lowest of politicians can ever go. What Mr. Barker did. You see what I told you, that if these people in power, they will go after people. This man hate Ure so much until he said Ure had rebel to come and overthrow. When they in power tomorrow, they will go after Benina Ure and his family. Let me tell you something. As much as they mess up, I don't give a damn. They can apologize. I want him to call Mr. Cummings when he apologizing. But why will you go on national radio and lie and your UP people sitting there? Eh? If that news were truth, I was going to know. Because I know Bernard Ure. I know people who know Bernard Ure very well. My brother is very close to Bernard Ure. He told he was a best man. Bernard Ure was best man in his wedding. Why will you say the man won't bring somebody to come help you for you, president, for you to take over? Bernard Ure always said that the election was not okay. He said it before. He said he believed that another number he got there. And some people believe that, yes, whether there was a cheating in the election or whatsoever, but people still were only in sympathy with this old man that he was still better than George Weah. But look, Liberian people, please, man, we shouldn't make that mistake. We got plenty of good candidates that can challenge President Weah. We shouldn't make that mistake. We're seeing it right now, but we're taking it for a joke. We're seeing it right now. In the late days for Mr. Bwaka to come and say Mr. Ure had 20,000 men waiting to come and do what? To support the election. We're taking it for a joke. If they ever come to power, all politicians, their lives will be in danger. All politicians, the Ellis Cummings, the Beslow, the who, your life will be in danger. Especially people who contesting against Mr. Bwaka. Mr. Bwaka do not forgive. Go and ask Collie. He made these statements. But you see, God exposed them at the last minute. That is why Ure is speaking. If you're going to go down and they get everything they want, they're going to push Ure on the side. Ure is a Congo man, according to Mr. Bwaka. This Ome is very tribalistic. This Ome is a racist. This Ome is tribalistic, let's be honest. Look at the people that he pushed down the way. This man called Mr. Cummings Congo man too. That is why he was not even thinking about Mr. Cummings going as vice president to him. I heard it on Prince Saki that in the last days I should come make Congo man president. When Prince Saki was running around here talking about Mr. Cummings, an American citizen, he would not be on the ballot. Another one who la. I can't see him talking again. When they all was running around that Mr. Cummings would not be on the ballot, Mr. Cummings this, Mr. Cummings that Congo man, Mr. Cummings that American citizen. What Mr. Bwaka did during the war? Where was Mr. Bwaka? Because every day you talk about this thing here that Mr. Cummings didn't help nobody. Who Mr. Bwaka helped? Who Mr. Bwaka helped? Eh? They got some millionaires with one house. You don't know that? You think million, because they say you millionaire must build plenty house. You think Mr. Cummings get houses all over the time? Mr. Cummings choose to build one house to make money out of it. He choose to build a house, live upstairs, and make the money. Businessman. That money can survive. It can keep you going. Mr. Bwaka made $8.7 million. Y'all go check it. It's on record. $8.7 million Mr. Bwaka made as vice president for 12 years. $8.7 million. That money is supposed to be there for Mr. Bwaka. Because as a vice president, he got too many benefits. You got free car, free gasoline, free this. He got free house because government paying for the house too. Government was paying for the house and paying for Ellen Johnson house. Right now, government paying for Joe Weir house and paying for Joel Howard house. Right now. You do know that? Why are I bring people like this? Why are you people like this? Why? You go on radio and go attack about somebody want to bring war. You think a sympathy we eat here? You think a sympathy vote we're going to give? Liberian people, you try it. You'll regret it for the rest of your life. But anyway, you love hardship. You love how we always win here. We won. We campaigned against George Weir. He won, and we won the other side. We stood by it. Because I don't want UP back to power, I will do things that I'm not supposed to do. You know, UP have not proven anything for the last 6 years that they are serious. If UP was to stay in the CPP and play the game fairly, we say, okay, we understand they are ready. But to show that they are the worst, these were the group of people who caused the problem for Ellen. Now we know. Now we know. These are the identical group that had a serious problem with with Ellen Johnson. So, Liberians, I don't know which number they're talking about. Which number they're talking about. We cannot bring UP to power. To remove President Weir, we need Alex Cummings versus Weir. Weir versus UP, they were ready to keep Mr. Weir. Or you can send somebody else against Mr. Weir, and then we're ready to remove Mr. Weir. From Alex Cummings coming down against Mr. Weir, we are ready to remove President Weir. But UP versus Weir, we are not yet ready to remove President Weir. Then we should bear it for the next 6 years for President Weir. You say, oh, we opposition, you know the where. When the last time Mr. Bwaka uttered it from his mouth that I will support Mr. Cummings when I don't make it? When the last time? Mr. Cummings cannot tell me who to vote for in the second round. No way. Mr. Cummings will not tell me who to vote for in the second round. He can even say from now to judgment day, but he can't force me. Mr. Bwaka too cannot force nobody. But at least Mr. Cummings said, I would support Joseph Boakai if he make it in the second round. That Mr. Cummings right. It is the right of Mr. Boakai to say the same thing, that I will support Mr. Cummings, but he can't say it. Maybe if you're going to say it, I'm going to have a second thought. But since he can't say it, Mr. Cummings will not tell me who to vote for. Mr. Cummings cannot tell me and will not tell me who to vote for in the second round. Nobody can tell me that. Nobody. So, you'll be jumping all over the place cursing. And plenty of people in the CP will not vote for you. You'll be jumping all over the place cursing us. Then you'll say, who the one can start it first? Your thing will stupid here. You'll do your thing, your cracker will hit your heart and you won't get first. Your thing you're entitled to it, or you're entitled to rudeness. By the time you're making your point, they cut you, running your mouth. La. The problem we into that, yo. The problems that we got today that, yo. You might not waste our time. UP not coming back to power. If we keep George, well, we keep George, well, but UP not coming back to power. UP will not come back to power. And guess what? CPP versus George Weah. I don't give a fuck about UP. Because the real UPNs, the real member of UP will vote. I'm talking about you're the officials, the Darius Dillon, the Yombli Kanga, the Talo, the Jeremiah Kuhn. Let Jeremiah Kuhn here saying that the woman brain, the woman going down the drain. Jeremiah Kuhn. Jeremiah Kuhn, get your VP again. But at the mayor carry. That the mayor carry. Yeah, some young people put a post up. CPP will outperform all other parties. The youth population wants job. The business people want sound economic growth. The IMF trusts Cummings with their money. Like mayor.
Knowing that about 20 his school had the NSC. So I supported Joseph Parker, knowing that about 2023 he'll be tired. Okay. Knowing that 2023 he'll be tired, he will have a good heart, everything good, but the brain is going down. You're not holding it and you're moving down the hill. This is nature. My father, Rena, I buy him paper. Every day I gotta buy him paper. There's a man who bought me paper before. I'm buying paper now because the time has reached. So I thought the old man could be president in 2017 and run for this. And he himself said, he said, when you run for one term, he himself said it. I agree with him. 2023, no, I disagree. In my mind, he should rest. Find somebody else.
Yeah. 2023, I disagree with him. In my mind, he should rest. This is a man that the man was saying the thing that Mr. Boakai can get a good, after he know Mr. Boakai got a pacemaker, he can get a good heart, but his mind, his brain cannot be the same. Right now, he's on a power wearing pampers. So imagine about Boakai wearing pampers too. That's what he said. So Mr. Boakai, but then when they were taking this guy here, you see, I would tell they said these are the simple. What came from out of Jeremiah's mouth, it was the real truth he was putting out. That was the real came from his mouth. That was the real truth that came from out of Jeremiah's mouth. The woman is done. And we saw the woman. They would never bring that woman in his studio again. That the biggest mistake they made to send the woman to radio station. The woman exposed his inability. Yeah. I said they're standing around the woman. By the time the woman won't up, they can hit the chair. They gotta get drafted. They can push a chair. So the woman will get up. The woman, they will ask the woman the same question over and over. The woman said, like, brother is 196 years old. 196. That mistake. But I think you're supposed to correct it. Yeah. 96 years old. 100. Yeah, okay, hear that again. You came my ma, you came my pa, I will vote for you. You know, Bo, I will vote for you. We agree. You see, they agree. But that JB we won. The last name is Molba from Lofa County. Travel business. That uncle. All the Loma Pola uncle that the kissy man. Augustine D. Molba, smart male. But he said, yeah, we agree. He agreed to what I said. He agreed. But we just want Joseph Boakai. We just want for Joseph Boakai to be president. Whether he do it, he ain't do it, he ain't down. We just want him to get that name, Joseph Newman Boakai, the 26th president of the Republic of Liberia. That's all. That's all. That's all. Why you got Eugene Fagon? Cost the old man, we got all your tip. If we start playing it in there, you see, I finish promoting Mr. Cummings now. I finish talking about Cummings. You know what I like about these people? They say when we talk about Mr. Boakai, we promoting Boakai. So when they talk about George Weah, they're promoting George Weah too. When George Weah talk about them, they're promoting them. You know what they say? So we promote you, yeah? We promote you. So when you're talking about Mr. Cummings, it's not a promotion. You're the one that promoted Mr. Cummings by taking Mr. Cummings to court, by lying on him. You're the one, make the people to know Mr. Cummings. Yeah, you're the one that did the job. But Augustine, please, let's be honest. You know the truth, my brother. The papa is not the same. It almost you telling me that we should bring Washington Blade to come play for Lone Star. You telling me that if Lone Star qualify today, we should take George Weah and put him number 9 because he used to play. More bring Benedict Wisse. We used to play football before. Let's just put them on the field. My people, the mind is willing, but the body is weak. It is a reality. I don't expect you to tell me that President Mr. Boakai did pull the no. You're a Boakai supporter. But let's be honest. This thing you did, you made a big mistake. Boakai will never go in a radio station again. Will never. I think you will have to look at the question. This time around, you will ask you will say, let's see the question before we come. Yeah. Why the old man couldn't break down his arrest with no rules and agriculture, we know agriculture. He said, oh, that's a paper signature. Signature where? Because he get found in Lofa in Bombing Hills. Where the signature at? The paper ate the agriculture people money. Roads. What the paper talk about? What the first thing, the woman was vice president. The woman was sort of hold Ellen Johnson and say, Oma, you got to do something for Lofa County Road. I cannot serve you for 12 years and my county road looking at that. How you expect me after 12 years to go back to the people to say what we did? Earlier we're going to do it. But he never did it. He never did it. He was enjoying. The old man used to fly to Lofa County. Y'all go and check Newman Boaka record. When Newman Boaka was the director during the Toba administration, he was in charge of Lofa County. He used to take air taxi to Lofa County. You don't know that? And spend all his time in Monrovia. You don't know that? Tourism and education. Education is ARE, education. S is for sanitation. Education. What he said about education. Oh, we want our group, our children. You should know about no more education. Go to school yet? Open the school. Go to school. What? Free education? We don't know. Train teachers? We don't know. What are your priorities when it comes to education? What you want to work on first? Mr. Cummings said we must train the teachers. We must have trained teachers. We're not going to beg Nigeria for 26,000 teachers. Then he talked about sanitation and he said, you can call it health. Sanitation and healthcare. Sanitation, play dirty. Yes. They plan to be clean. Everybody know you got to clean city. Mr. Cummings said it. He said we will clean the city. And guess what? When Mr. Cummings is president, a company will come to Liberia and take all that day to go use it. There are people who waiting when Cummings is president to just go there and the day will disappear. Everybody know how to clean the city. Everybody know on that one. And I know that is not an agenda. No. You put it on the agenda, you waste your time. That means you get nothing. Can you make a schedule and say, I will sweep the house today, tomorrow, or next time tomorrow? No. Sanitation. You must keep the place clean. We all know it. Then the man said tourism. Which type of tourism? Which type of tourism? Which type? Oh, because I brought the longest beach, longest coastline. Which step? How you going to do it? Nobody know. Where you find the money? Nobody know. But Mr. Cummings got this thing they call the watts. His 5 watts and how. What to do and how to do it. Where to find the money. We must find the money. We must stop waste, corruption, things that are not necessary. We can't buy no $100,000 car again. We can buy nice little Toyota RAV4. We can buy some other cheaper cars for our senators or our representatives. If they want the best car, they can go buy the Citroen they want to drive. Then you cut money. You stop all the little foolishness. No money going to first lady and whatsoever. Mr. Cummings said, when I get a breakdown, I broke all these things down. The woman said he can't go for debate. You know, look, let me put it. He said, your Cummings not going nowhere. Stop hurting your head. Now you see, I'm promoting Mr. Cummings. There's doing it not to top of Mr. Boaka. But watch me, my brother. Watch me. Watch me. Thanks for following me too. So, Mr. Boaka don't have a clue. The man don't even care remember the days. The man in a studio, he don't even know that he was in a studio. You will never take him to any radio station. They will never take him to a radio station. Tell me the baby perform poorly. I see what the woman said. I will not debate nobody. Only George we are. Oh. The papa still running away from debate too. Mr. Boaka running away from debate. He using President Weah as a yardstick to escape the debate. If I upload on your post, there's a nice post there. President Weah using Joseph Boaka using Weah as a yardstick to escape debate. Fire, you bring a man. You bring a man for debate. After the show, everybody can call. But let me and all when I finish the poll can call. The poll won't call, they can call. Oh. They said they're not receiving no calls because they said they line all like this. They put I wanted to call. I myself want to line too. I myself, yeah, I had a number to call. I had a number and I put unit on my phone to just ask one question. To ask Mr. Barker, how old are you? I know he forget that one again. I'm the Barker. I said, Mr. Barker, how old are you now? That's all. Or I'm going to ask, I said, Mr. Barker, what will you do on the first day when they announce the result that you win? What will you do? You know, Mr. Barker said, I'm the only one who can defeat President We Are. I am the only one in this country. But why you being before? It's either you. Oh, Jesus, you people, you get driving. Oh, you get driving. What? Can't lick your face, oh. The election in Liberia is between two persons, JMB and Joseph and George Weah. George Weah will be here. Since okay, let me side with you. Let me side with you. You and George Weah will be here. You can't go nowhere, my brother. You can't go nowhere. You're supposed to be ashamed to say that the election is between. But you see, let me tell you, say you finish giving your own point. I'm not ashamed to say it. This election is between Mr. Cummings and George Weah. This election could be between Mr. Bwaka and Mr. Cummings. It is possible that Mr. Weah might not make it in the second round. But you're able to say it because we will beat you one-on-one. We'll beat you one-on-one, anybody one-on-one. You're seeing people saying that you're not too sure what Mr. Cummings go in second round. Okay, that's good. But you're saying that if Mr. Cummings go to the second round, I mean, it's a wrap. So that's what we're fighting for. That is why we are fighting for Mr. Cummings to go in the second round. So why are you making your face? Mr. Cummings is a threat to you. And if we don't support you, you can't win. Whether your supporters say whatsoever, and then us we against you, CDC can't vote for you because you're planning for CDC too much. You people are very wicked. Your plans are not the plans of Liberia. You got nothing. They asked Mr. Bwaka, he said he in collaboration, he want for the people to put their own there together. Lying to us again. Which collaboration you're in? Eh? Man, fire. Just stick with your papi. You're from Lofa County. That all you behind Mr. Bwaka for, so don't worry. Mr. Bwaka, I doubt it whether you even win Lofa County said because the way Moniba is dirtying him over there. Oh, they're killing the woman in Lofa County. I doubt it. I doubt it whether he will win. If he will win, he will win with nothing less than 50%. He will not even reach 50% this time around. The woman will not reach 50% this time around in Lofa County. I can tell you that. Because Clarence Moniba, the young people, the older people in Lofa County, they're not plenty. The young people, they're looking for young leaders. And they have discovered Alexander Cummings. Okay, we can no longer hear about Cummings in Liberia. But because you choose not to, Cummings right now in District 14. You better, how you hear Cummings? You better your ear closed. You using something, you got ear problem, my brother. You get ear problem. How will you hear about Mr. Cummings? How you expect to hear about Mr. Cummings when you always now you see I can hear about Bwaka, I can hear about all the candidates, I follow all the candidates, but you only stuck with Mr. Bwaka. That is your problem. That's what giving you hard time. So you think that Mr. Bwaka is the person because you are also a tribalistic man. Yeah? Yeah, nobody there with him. That only you alone. No, you see how you're dumb? The same way it's so shameful that you and CDC is blasting now saying that everybody following Mr. Weah. That the same way we see all of you. They say the man sort of be in Nima County. The man who the chairman for Nima County, he following Mr. Bwaka. They go this way, all of them go there. They follow Mr. Bwaka, Mr. Cummings walking right now in District 14. You better go turn your TV on. Go turn it on, my brother. We're not here to take people from, no, we're not bringing nobody from nowhere. They walking, Mr. Cummings going from door to door. The people shaking, Mr. Bwaka can do it? No. Mr. Bwaka can walk, say good? No. What? Government, what compensation you're looking for? Mr. Bwaka we worked with government 27 and 42 years. He ain't faced Lofa Kande rule. That president you face it. The man was VP. He ain't forced with the president to face the Lofa Kande rule. That the one Joe we are facing now. Talking about you think when you make the election with you and Joe, that mean you win? That mean you think you will win? I beg you, yeah. You're not so worried that you don't want to follow. Instead, you go follow your people. You follow me. You better go listen to people. Cummings will beat you at the market door. Like a real old cop. At least market dog can run away. But old cop. Okay, guys. Y'all have a good day. At least I got my last duty I sort of deal with. And check fire. From all the way feasible. From Foya district. That Mr. Bwaka and son. And nobody there with him. Yeah, nobody there with him. He walking by himself. Mr. Cummings walking by himself. He exercising, walking by himself. But your own. The way Mr. Bwaka went over there yesterday, I know you're not going there today again. Mr. Bwaka can go anywhere 2 days in a row. You're okay, the Ume. You're using the Ume too bad. Yeah. For Mr. Bwaka's son. Let me show you. Mr. Bwaka's son, let me show you something. Mr. Bwaka's son, let me show you. And fire, listen to this.
Knowing that 2023, you'll be tired, you will have a good heart, everything good, but the brain is going down. You're not holding it and you're moving down the hill. This is nature. My father, right now, I buy a paper. Every day I gotta buy a paper. There's a man who bought me paper before. I'm buying paper now because the time is rich. So I thought the old man could be president in 2017 and run for this. And he said it when you run for one term. He said it. I agree with him. 2023. I disagree. In my mind, he should rest. Find somebody else.
How you be your next president? Let me read your comment. He said, listen, you're listening. He said, nobody there with him. He said, I'm sorry for Cummings, man. Then he said again, he's your next president. I don't know what he's talking about, but he said Cummings is the next president. According to him, Cummings is the next. And now he said, Cummings is the next president. Because I don't know who he's talking about. So because according to all your stuff that you put here, you know, all your things that you put here. So you say you're sorry for him, and then you say he'll be the next president. Who he? The next president? What? Jeremiah won't say the old man brain going down the drain. The old man, the mind is willing, but the body is weak. The old man can't think again, function well. And Jeremiah was right. I gotta put this thing to begin my play by play. Okay, I love this Mr. Cummings' unity speech. I never one day in my lifetime to hear Mr. Bwaka speaking like this. So listen to what Mr. Cummings saying. Sheikh, I want you to listen to Mr. Cummings. This is the man that will bring unity into Liberia. That you fire, you will be a Liberian under the Cummings administration. Cummings look at you as a Liberian, but you will always. But just listen to this thing what Mr. Cummings saying.
My fellow Liberians, despite our diversity, we are a united people, a great and noble people. Through the strength of our unity and the resilience of our determination, we have begun to rebuild a ravished country and have survived two deadly health crises. Our people have stood together as one united people, ready to face the future. Whether you are a fisherman of Grand Cru and Sino, the hunters of Grand Jide and River G, the farmers of Lofa and Bapolu, the Gola and Vai dancers of Bumi and Kipmount, the hospitable people of Bassa and Riverses, the warriors of Maryland, the miners and explorers of Nimba, the merchants and traders of Bong, the welcoming people of Magibi, or the melting pot of Montserrado. We are one people, Liberians. We have a great challenge and opportunity ahead of us. In unity, we will rebuild this country as a shining example in Africa, demonstrating the power of a determined and united people. Our economy and our national budget will expand and grow like never before. We will improve the lives of our people and put smiles on the faces of our citizens. I promise you that together we can and will do the job. A new day is on the horizon. The time for babysitting is over. God bless you and God bless Liberia.
Fire. When was the last time you heard Mr. Bwaka to speak like this? When was the last time you ever in your lifetime, for the 42 years Mr. Bwaka served in government, to speak unity? When was the last time? Find somewhere to sit, my brother. Find somewhere to sit. Liberians are a different place now. Liberians are not ready for the nonsense. Entitlement. Liberia will not settle for it. Fire. I know you listen to it just now. You thought I was somebody from space, eh? You thought I was somebody from somewhere different. Mr. Bwaka never won an election before. Fire. He said even now he's speaking on slave fee. Who can hear him? Nobody can understand the man, the man talking. Nobody can understand Mr. Bwaka. So speaking on slave fee, why he's speaking unity or lies? You're removed, president. We are president. We are even asked no question. You're removing. Eh? Right now he's speaking on slave. What you doing on my life? You don't go listen to him. Now you see somebody finish sharing it with me. When I listen to him now and I tell you later on today you vex, instead of you going listen to your standard bearer, you honor my post here, confused. Now somebody sent it to me already. I got it here.
An Afrobeat team party. He said it all went. So this is not what I'm trying to go. Try to get back. That's all I want to do.
JMB is staying in lane for 12 years. That's what he said again. Instead of this time he said, last time he said park race car. But he said for the 12 years he was in his lane. He was staying in his lane, getting free money. What can I hear be that? Eh?
You see this man called Josh Weir. I said, what a man better than talking is sleeping. Thank you very much. You are welcome, sir. Development Papa. This man called Josh Weir. Even if you say, I don't want to talk politics, I'm not a politician. The tone of Josh Weir, the teenage Josh Weir continue to do in Liberia. We force you to talk politics. Especially for me who love Liberia and believe in development. The thing that Josh Weir doing Liberia, my who are Josh Weir doing? They force me to come here and talk the Josh Weir business.
You know, somebody posted, they say, only the people in UP can understand Mr. Bwaka, like check. Only the people that I can understand what the papi mean. The Saturday woman go start lying about Ure and Ellie. He said the thing that Ellen did that, only she alone did that to me, I'm part of you. But man, fire, your papi feeling, man. He said the papi that president already. uh, while you searching for his wars, for what? You're not looking at message that people sending me. You think I don't come and expose my message to you too? Real. Oh, there's another nice t-shirt, nice, nice t-shirt. You see it? More. Ah, there you. The thing I'm talking about, somebody feeling posting, they say after his radio performance, they brought him out. They would never bring him back again. You challenge your up to now, you ain't say nothing yet. Uh, this is how the election will be like. Mr. Cummings will win the first round. In the first round, Mr. Cummings will win. Will go against go against this. So either one of them. You see it? Mm. Y'all look at the woman in the studio, man. The woman was getting ready to sleep again. Oh. Look how they surround the woman. They dare to hit the chair. Anytime the woman wants to hit the chair. Damn it. I mean, Joey should see Joey the car, the whole car red, white, and blue, including the windshield, including including the glass. Then they bought again. Oh, so Joseph Walker name was Yamba. Tamba Yamba changed his name to Joseph Newman Bwaka and adapted the name Bwaka. Where did Yamba originate from? Anyway, that business. I seriously don't pay attention to anyone who is owned, educated for Liberia. Okay. Oh, look at the picture here. Somebody posted it one here. Let's come in. So walking going from house to house, door to door. We're not having program one place. We walking. Mr. Waka can walk. Eh? We walking. There, yeah. There. Mr. Cummings walking. He going from door to door. He not sitting one place. This is what we call the Jehovah Witness. Jehovah Witness going from door to door. Can Waka do this? No. We can do it, and Beslo can do it. All the people can do it. Waka can do it. We're not looking for a remote president. You see it? Now just walking. Eh? We're not one place. And well protected by the police because Joe, we all know he got to protect everybody. You know, he got to protect everybody. See, Mr. Cummings is going all over, meeting different people. And let me show you one of the majestic Kelly walking. Yeah, the baby do shit, man. Hey, Cummings. Cummings, that male. Okay, the video fitting. Yeah, hey, ABC, that male. ABC, that man. Yo. Dr. Bernard Wilfred Ure wants to talk something on True FM on Wednesday. Yo, to all. Let us, you're not some of us, yeah. They say Bernard Ure wants to say something on Wednesday. Listen to Bernard Ure. Alex Cummings that the man. Y'all have a good day. Bye for now. Fire. I see you, yeah. But Fire, you see, you want to do, you want to leave them or go to 9. You dummy, you stupid Fire. You know how long they been? I told them by a long time. Then you say my viewer go to 9, but you stay there. Instead of you going to another place, you stay here watching me. I've been done long time. You don't see me talking politics now. You don't want you're dealing with. So in fact, you see, you going back again. Instead of you going to make it 9, you stay sitting there. Now you see your viewer going to 9. You belay, and you will leave inside, and you will stay long inside, Mr. Fool. Y'all have a good day, man. Bye for now.